So, we know how to use this program. Now let's start talking design. Because obviously this jumbled mess is obviously a jumbled mess. So, same thing, you can click and drag, delete, whatever. We're going to start ourselves off with a fresh page. Now, before we actually make anything, let's talk about flowchart design. And I'm going to use my good friend Google here. Oh, Google is already up there on my page. So I'm going to go with a good flowchart design. Let's take a look at that. So good flowchart design. Let's use some images here. Let me find a really good one. Oh, this is a really nice one right here. So we have arrows point out. We can tell this is the start. It's up here. We have arrows going down, arrows going down. We can see where it branches off. We have a yes path, a no path, a not enough info path. And what happens at not enough info? Oh, it goes back up to here, that. We have writing proposal, this, that. Is proposal okay? Yes or no? And, there's the end of the process right down there. Here's another one that's actually quite good. Has a transparent background, though, as I can already see. But we have our start point, we have our end point. Now, the other thing you're noticing is it's really only using a few different shapes. You'll notice that every question, see there's a question mark there, a question mark there, within the purpose of the policy, that should be a question mark, but that is a question. So every single question, all three of the questions are in this green diamond shape. The start point and end points are both in these red oval shapes. And we have everything else is inside these blue squares. This is obviously some sort of bank transaction because it's saying customer arrives, teller checks ID, check the balance. Is the balance all right? Yes or no? Policy, whatever. So it's all following in one way, and we can follow the object. Is it valid? Yes. Then we go this way. Is it valid? No. Then we're ending. Is the balance correct? Yes. Or is the balance correct? No. And it goes to rejection. Is this within the purposes of the policy? Yes. Okay. No. Okay, we're going to rejection. So on and so forth. So that's a good flowchart. It's nice, it's easy, it's simple to read, and there's a reason why I'm pointing out the fact that it has different shapes and colors. But let's go first to see some bad flowchart design. And we'll take a look at this. Because, yeah. What is this mess right here? What is this? Question, when you look at this guy right here, where does it start? Where does it end? Are you even sure you can follow which line is connecting to what? They're all overlapping in all these bizarre fashions. Like, what is this? This is gibberish to anyone trying to see it. You don't want your flowchart just to be only understood by you. You want your flowchart to be understood by anyone else who reads it. Oh, and yeah, here's another lovely thing where it's going every which way and lines are crossing over and the lines are different color. What do different color lines mean? I don't see what different color lines mean. This one's green, this one's red, this one's purple, this one's black. We have a black one with a green dot, a black one with a red dot, a black one with a pink dot. What do all these things mean? It doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, we're going to make sure that we have, in some sort of way, consistent rule sets so that people can read our chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves an actual legend. And I don't care what you pick. You could pick a rectangle, a square, a parallelogram, a hexagon, a triangle, whatever. I'm just going to put, something right here, and I'm just going to say, oops. That's right, I still have a gradient of 13 on a dashed line. Let's change that back to solid. There we go. So let's just say I'm going to make a green circle, and my green circle is my start. Okay? You don't have to pick green circle for start. You don't have to. By the way, just click an object and then see these little balls around it. You can then reshape and resize it however it is you want. By the way, you don't have to worry about going off the screen because it'll magically make another screen for you as well. It'll keep making new pages. So, we've got ourselves a start path. Okay? We've also got ourselves... We're going to have ourselves a couple of things here. I'm just going to, make a diamond here just to get, and I'll make that diamond yellow. Okay, and this will be my questions. Okay? And then, I don't know, I'll make a rectangle. That rectangle is going to be... let's make that rectangle gray. Why not? That'll be double-clicking, computer output. Why not? That'll be computer output. And then, I'll have something else. Yeah, that sounds nice. A parallelogram. Even though I think that's technically a rhombus. Parallelogram is just any four-sided object. So technically a square is a parallelogram, so is a rectangle. But I'll just make that human input. And you know what? I'll just make I'll make this guy red here. And this is going to be my end. So, you don't have to pick the same shapes I did. You don't have to name them the same things I did. The point of this is, though, is that everything is going to be the same. Because you're not only designing for yourself, you're designing for everyone. And here's a simple fact. 10% of the human population... Whoops. Didn't mean to click and drag that. 10% of the human population is colorblind. So, if you wind up having, someone that's colorblind, we need to go, we can't just simply rely on the color. We can't have a green circle and a yellow circle and a gray circle and an orange circle and a red circle. We need to have something else besides the color in order for a colorblind person to be able to read it. So, we have different colors, and we have different shapes. So even if they can't see the colors, if they see all of these as gray, even if all of them are gray to them, they still see a difference in the shape in order to determine what it is they're looking at. So, other rules we want to go by? Tell us what game it is we're going to be putting in here. So, this is going to be, my flowchart for Connect 4. There we go. I'll make Connect 4. And of course, stretch it out. There we go. There's my flowchart for Connect 4. Tell us what it is. Give us your name. Your all sort of fun stuff. So yeah, you're going to need a legend. You're going to need to tell me what it is. By the way, none of you are using Connect 4 since I'm using that as my example. And we'll actually go about and start making the actual project from here.